Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2023 MICCA Concert Festival. Our next group in evaluation is King Philip Regional Middle School 7th grade band, under the direction of Charles Sherwin. Their program today includes Lexington March by John Edmondson, A Song for Friends by Larry Dairn, Celtic Air and Dance by Michael Sweeney. As a courtesy to the performers, please turn off all cell phones and other noise-making devices and refrain from texting. Also, please be aware judges in the back of the hall are making taped comments for the benefit of students and their teachers. This is a normal part of the adjudication process. After the performance, the ensemble will participate in a clinic with one of the adjudicators. This clinic is an important part of the festival experience as students will receive valuable lessons and feedback from the adjudicator in person. This year, MICCA will not host official award ceremonies. Directors will collect their materials from the site host before they leave today. We congratulate all of the students and their directors on their participation in this year's festival. Please be aware your hand stamp and program booklet will allow you admission to any of the 8 MICCA performances sites this weekend. Please save your program booklet and be prepared to show your hand stamp and booklet to access the other sites. When you are finished, you may exit through the right doors and go to the band room. Please join me now in welcoming Charles Sherwin and the King Philip Regional Middle School 7th grade band.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Steve Massey. It's my pleasure to talk to you today. I enjoyed your performance. And we'll go over a few things, and I'll share some ideas I have for you. And this is the 8th grade band, is that what that is? So these are all your peers who play music as well. I don't know if they know each other, or if they do. Okay, good. Let's start with the march, Lexington March. Let's play the introduction. That very question means I'm wondering if you know where the introduction ends. So let's just play the introduction. Again, without me, I'll just give you 2 beats, and 1, 2. So marches have a certain style to them, and they're pretty much all the same in that sense, style. And it's all about, as it is on band in general, wind, how we blow the air. So let's practice what I call whisper tonguing. Do you use that technique? So that's just, so let's just whisper tongue the introduction. Like that. And do you hear the energy and volume I'm getting in that? I want you as a group to be as aggressive as you can and try to get your whisper tongue sound from all of you 100 times louder than mine alone. And 1, 2. Okay, is that the loudest you can do that? Can I hear the loudest you can do it? And 1, 2. And can we really concentrate on the time and the subdivision and not let it rush? 1, 2, ready, go! Drummers, you can do this too. And you can all do, since you're here, you can all do this with us. Because you can all benefit by using this technique a lot, whisper tonguing. Because when you tongue the air into your instrument, it should feel like this. It should feel just like this feels now. I'm still looking for you to get more volume. 1, 2, ready, go! Good, now play it with that air stream. Don't change anything, do it just like that. 1, 2, and ready, now! Does that sound different to you? Yes. Like a lot different? Now, the question is, can you do that? And can you pretty much do that through the whole march? Let's start and go and play for a while. 1, 2, ready, And that would be my first suggestion in this piece and any other march or any other march style piece. Air compression, whisper tongue. Now the other thing is the quarter notes in marches are also whisper tongue the same way. Now look at my glasses here. Let's play at 49. Let's play 49 to 57. 1, 2, Here's how I think the quarter note should sound. Think how you would describe that sound in words. Another way to play it would be, I like for marches. So after we hit the note, we decay a little bit. Y'all hearing that? It makes the rhythmic energy of the march come through great, and it makes us seem less loud and blary. It gives us energy without volume. Whisper tongue that. 2, 3, and. More air. Now play, 49, just like that. 1, 2, 3, and. Right. Everybody's got to do it. Trombones is sloppy. 1, 2, fast here, and. That's what I'm suggesting. And that would be true in most marches. Percussion. I really like what you did in the first drum break or solo that you had. In fact, I want to hear it again on some of it. Where is that?
37.
Yeah, you got all the numbers memorized. Maybe you should. Pages.
Right here on that, in the next page. Yep.
There we go. 37. Let's play it, drums. 2, So I like the diminuendo. Everybody's got to commit to it. Can you start even stronger? 2, So cymbals for me with a little arc after those 8 notes, that means let them ring. I don't think you have to muffle them. 1, 2, 3, and. Yeah, better. Can you start stronger? Now can we all play the pickup to that, pickup to 37? On the stage, I heard from the band, that's about what I heard. What I want to hear is, I'll give you 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Just 2 notes. 2 notes percussion. 2, we do that. 1, 2, 1. Just 2 notes. Don't play the solo. Can I hear your first note and hold it? Can I hear it forte? And. Can I hear the clarinets and flutes? Saxes, and in general saxes, you don't listen to the clarinets enough. Let me hear you say, we will try. Here we go, hold it, and. That's a different level of listening than I heard on the stage from the saxes to the clarinets. And there's actually quite a few of you saxes for the number of clarinets that are here, so you got to really work to listen to them. It's not bad. I just think it can be better if you really listen. Now pull that chord. Plenty of tuba. Sound good. Ready? And. We might as well play that downbeat together so we breathe together. Still looking for more sound. Not from you saxes, but from everybody else. Okay, you get my point. I just think you could work to get that stronger and fuller, richer. And that sets up the drum roll. That would be my overall suggestions in that piece for some concepts. I'm not going to rehearse the music. I'm talking about some basic concepts. Let's go to the Celtic air, the dance. Nice choice of music, by the way. Nice introduction on this. But I want to get to where we go into time at 37, 35 it starts, right? So percussion, I said on the tape, I wish you, as a section, could lean into beat 1. So can you play your parts here at 37? And instead of going dum da dum da dum da dum 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 da dum, even though it doesn't say this in the music, can you put an accent in your mind on beat 1 and let the measure go to beat 1 of the next measure, like this? Dum da dum 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 dum. You hear what I'm saying? Can you play that back to me? 1, 2, 3, and. again, we're at 37, right? 2 before 37. Right where you first start. 2, 3, and. Better. Did you not muffle the bass drum at all on these quarter notes? 1, 2, 3, and. Sound like this, we don't need a muffled bass drum sound. Personally, I think the drum should run. Now, you're not quite doing what I asked. Dum 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 bum. Accent 1, crescendo during the measure to 1 of the next measure, and then do it again. 1, 2, 3, and. So, if nothing else, if we're going to dance, this is the dance part of the Celtic air of dance, right? If we're going to dance, it never hurts to have a stronger beat 1 in almost any musical style, including Celtic music. So I would just add that. It's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 when we march even. That 1 is what grounds us. In pop music and funk music, well, what's important here? 1, or as James Brown said, the 1. We want to think on grooves. This is groove dance music. We want to think about where is 1 and make sure 1 is clearly defined. It will help all of us. Now, throughout this section, a lot of you have dia-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Do you know what I'm talking about, that rhythm? 6 8 notes and a quarter note, throughout this whole section. I said on the tape, but I'll say here, when you have 2 slurs like that, I mean a 2-note slur followed by staccato, I would put an accent on the first of the slurs. Dia-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Say that with me. And. Dia-ta-ta-ta-ta. Dia-ta-ta-ta-ta. Here we go. We're going to play 37. I'm going to have you do that right away. Give me a tempo for this section. Okay, 1, 2, 37, and. Right. MF. Your introduction 2 before is forte percussion, but here at 37, underneath the flutes, it's MF, and you could even play less than that. 1, 2, 3, and. There it is. Do it. More accents still. Section, and we just did some. A lot of times alto and tenor saxes have half notes that are an accompaniment to dia-ta-ta-ta. And your part is intentionally written alto and tenor sax. Where is the tenor sax? 1 tenor sax. Mezzo forte. And I don't mind that it's strong because it is kind of a bagpipe vibe, you know what I mean? It does have the quality of bagpipes, that half note. But I said on the recording from out front, those half note accompaniment figures often dominated too loud over the flutes. So my only suggestion, and Clemens, so my only suggestion is listen more. I don't mind what you're doing, I just think you need to listen more. It's easy for long notes, we call them white notes sometimes, whole notes and half notes, to, because they're white notes and long, they obliterate the moving lines that go above it. And that kind of happens. How much time, you know what I have? Who's controlling me? In terms of time. Ready? I need control.
This is till 25, I think. What does it say behind you, Aiden?
410.
Oh, so I got that much time? Oh, good. I may come back to that, but let's look at the hardest piece you played. You did know it's the hardest piece you played, right? And why is it the hardest piece you played? Well, because it's, oh, you know. Okay? I agree with that. But the simple explanation is slow and soft on musical instruments, and even in the human singing voice, is harder, almost always, than loud and fast. And people who don't play or sing, sometimes even parents, thank you for being here, parents, and I love your support, but sometimes parents, I've heard them say things like, boy, that slow piece sounded a little out of tune. And I want to go over and shake those parents and say, do you know what you're telling them? And of course they don't. They're just sharing their honest feelings, which is great. But we know, and parents who are musicians or have musical experience know, to sustain notes with a beautiful tone, long and soft, is truly the hardest thing to do. So, let's just play the opening phrase of this. And then we'll talk a little bit about what we can do to work on this. Song for Prayers. I breathed and I didn't hear you breathe with me. No, for now, humor me. I want to actually hear. I want to hear the breath. Right? Do that again. So, it's breath, release. Breath, release. And the air comes. Have the air right behind your tongue for a moment. Call that back pressure. And just release the tongue. Sounds so simple to do. Ready? Some of the trombones are still ahead of me. It's breath, down. Breath, down. Ready? Breath, right. Better than down. Now let's hear those who play the melody. You know who you are, right? Were you listening to the clarinets while you were just playing? Yes or no? Okay. Here we go. And also, the 2/8 notes on the third beat, right then, and on the stage throughout pretty much, are being slightly rushed. D, 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 D. But because you're not hearing 8 notes in your brain on the dotted, on the half note, you get there, you're surprised, and you rush them. D, 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 D. D, 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 D. So I'm going to help you this time. I'm going to clap the 8 notes. Ready, same thing? Now can we play softer? Other than horns, you can play stronger. In order to make this melody expressive, I can tell you've worked on that. You're going ya and lifting the 2/8 notes. Is that by design? That's fine with me. I would suggest be da da to 1. I'm hearing a lot of be da da. You decay on 1, and I think 1 is the objective of the crescendo. Dee dee da da, dee da da, not dee da da. Let's try it again. Good listening altos. Breathe. More horn. More horn. Good horn, come on. That's much better. Why do I say more horn? Because you can never have too much horn. You can write this down. Thank you. The quality of the horn sound in a wind band is so, and an orchestra too, by the way, is so distinctive and so beautiful that I sometimes allow the horns to be louder than whatever it says on the page. Because the color of that sound, that dark, resonant, beautiful French horn sound. You have French horn players in the 8th grade band? How many? Okay, you can really never have too many horn players. You know this. We're always recruiting horn players in the business. And it's hard because it's a hard instrument. And a lot of kids get frustrated easily. But this is a good horn section, so I think you want to project that out. And it's the sound, a kind of sound that's not going to sound too loud, and it's not going to obliterate the clarinets or the saxophones either. All right, now let's put the sustain underneath it. But before, can I just hear the sustain? In other words, the beginning, everyone who hasn't played, thank you for your patience, profession. I know you don't do much in this piece. Did you add any mallet parts to this piece?
I did. I have almost all of them on mallets.
Oh,
But they're playing the mallet part.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm suggesting as a challenge, marimba could double the melodic. There's a lot of things you can do with that if you want. So that they can work on these same concepts. That's all I'm saying. But even if I'm a percussionist myself, even if you just have to sit there for the whole rehearsal and listen, you'll learn a lot about being a musician. So you have to be patient as a percussionist. That's all I'm saying. Can I hear the sustain notes to begin? This part is just as hard as the melody. We breathe together, release the air together. We can always use more bass clarinet. Now, we're both still early. Nice. You sound good. Stronger. It's another part that we probably can't have too much of. Tuba. We love tubas. Okay, I only have a couple minutes, so let's put it together and see what it sounds like. Also, I told you what I liked about your band on the tape, but I'll tell you what I like about your band in here is you rehearse really well. You pay attention and you try really hard to do what you're asked to do. And you do a good job of responding. Therefore, you're fun to teach. Congratulations to you. And to your teacher who has trained you in a way to be like that. And to your parents in a way who've trained you to be respectful and pay attention and all that stuff. So it's a team game here. We're all working together on the same values here. When you really listen to your peers, really listen, deeply listen, you are showing them deep respect, even love. So the best thing you can do from one musician to another is really listen. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're only going to play 8 bars right now. But I want you to listen like you've never listened before to everyone else around you. You're mature enough to do it. So I know you're young, but I don't care. Ready? Nice. Don't rush. that feel good to you?
Yes.
Does it feel good to you? So much of it is about listening. I think the clarinets could actually play softer now that the altos are really listening to you. And I think you can get a darker, more beautiful sound in that register without forcing the volume. I think in order to be heard before, you are actually playing louder than you need to. Although maybe you had encouragement to play louder in the low register. That's understandable. Okay, probably out of time, so.
You guys say thank you?
Thank you.